Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tonight is just going to be a little bit more chill than usual. I don't have any projects necessarily planned. Tonight, I am just working on my own project, which is the Open Source Cartridge Reader. I am building a couple of these for myself, hopefully, so that I can work on all the cartridges and stuff that I need to for Game Boys, Nintendo 64, NES, Super Nintendo, all that stuff. So off stream, I actually started working on this, which I'm glad I kind of did this off stream because I ran into some hiccups here and there. But I ended up getting a majority of this working off stream the other night, at least for the Game Boy Advance cartridge. And I realized I haven't really been doing much streaming this week. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go hang out tonight and everybody can hang out with me, ask me questions, do whatever they want. So yeah. The second half of what I'm doing tonight, since I got the Game Boy Advance cartridge running, is I need to finish, or I need to start getting all the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, all those drives need to start going into this board here, which is going to be the hat for the other one. Sorry, I'm getting interrupted here a little bit. All right, but I should be able to get started, hopefully. I'm going to start with the middle of the board here, which doesn't look exactly like the middle. All right, excuse me one second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Just gonna take care of some family stuff. So let's see here. What do I got? we need to get the Super Nintendo slot in here. And we need to make sure we're doing it on the correct side of the board, and that would be the side with all the labels on it. And sometimes these cartridge slots can be pretty difficult to line up. And that's not the correct cartridge slot. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so we'll get the top side of this. I'm going to go ahead and actually put in another cartridge slot real quick. And that should hopefully help stable it out here on the table. I'm not going to tack this one in yet, though. Okay. Um, Let me get one leg down on each side, and we're going to make sure that it's actually balanced first. Go. That looks pretty good. Just going to apply some no clean solder flux paste to this. It's going to take a little while to apply this paste. This paste is really hard to get out for some reason. I'm actually just using this paste because I haven't really used much of it yet. Just wanted to see how much better it did compared to the liquid flux that I'm usually used to using. Okay. And then I'm going to try what's called drag soldering, hopefully. I think I might need some different solder for that. Okay. Not sure how that came out yet. Oh, I am crossing. I was jumping some of those. At least it looked like I was. It's kind of hard to tell with all that flux on there. So we'll clean it off here in a second. Right now I'm just trying to learn some techniques that I was watching other people do. I think I'm kind of getting the hang of that. It's not so much of dragging it while you're moving the solder, it's adding solder and then dragging it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm still a complete novice when it comes to soldering, but this project has definitely helped me. I mean, there's so much soldering to do in this project. So really helps you, you know, with having enough solder soldering stuff to do in this project. Really helps you kind of get the hang of it in practice. Okay, well, there's a couple. Really not bad. I'm actually really surprised by this. Oh, there's a couple areas I don't like there. That's a bit better. Okay. Now, we've got a couple other things we need to do here. Let's see. It's getting out some more female headers here. I don't have this piece yet, but it should pretty much be plug and play. This is for the Super Nintendo CIC chip. Oh, what does it want now? Sign in. It's asking me to sign in. Excuse me for a second. Okay. That's a little late for that to happen, but that's fine. All right, so where are we at here? Just want to make sure I'm pulling out the right leg here. I'm just resizing the female header right now. There we go. And then I just like to file these down a little bit. We'll keep this out in case we need it for more later. There we go. That's smooth enough. Okay. Need to do the other side. Must have broken this off before we're ready. And yeah, that's good enough. Okay. So now just going to add some solder to the iron here real quick. And we're going to try and keep it square, and at least that did not feel like enough solder got on there. At least it's square. Just going to add sand. We'll start drag soldering it from the other side. Okay, good. Well, when I finally get all the components I need for my CIC chipset for the Super Nintendo, we'll be able to just pop that right in there. Okay. Okay, so we need to snip off 2 and 4 from both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll snip off 2. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to end up soldering down 1 on each side. And that stayed pretty square, so that's good. And let's do the other one too. That way there's some equal ground for these to stand on. Oh, what happened? Is my iron too dirty? Yeah, it might be. Or is it too hot? Okay. That actually looks pretty dang square. Yeah, that looks good. All right. And next step here is to get some more flux in here. Okay. Maybe a little too much solder on the beginning here. That's all right though. Just trying to drag it between the other pins. Okay. Yeah, it looks okay. Try and drag soldering now. I mean, I'm not the best at this, but they're actually pretty clean joints. I could see a couple areas where I did a tiny bit too much solder, but not, a lot better than what I used to do. Okay. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Excuse me 1 second. I gotta swap over the laundry real quick. Sorry, I wasn't even swapping over the laundry. I was just restarting the dryer. All right. Scratch, what are you so excited? My dog is scooching her belly across the floor. So we let her have that. It is weird. But she is sitting behind my chair right now, insistent on doing it sometimes. So I'm trying to be more careful because there's one time I stepped on her. Big old yelp came out of her. And then she's just like, no, no, it's okay. I still love you, even though you abuse me. Feels It looks okay. Overall, I'm happy with it. All right, so now we have the hat portion of it done so that we can set it down on top of the main board there. So what do we got left? We got 1K resistor. We can do that part now. So we set that 1K resistor. Finding out, of course I'm new to this, so, oh, hold on a second. I think my dog's got to go outside. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm full of interruptions. Well, excuse me one second. I did let her outside, but She's gonna quickly beg to get back in as fast as we let her out. I do see something weird. I'll fix this while we're waiting for Scratch to finish. Let's see, desktop reverse. Oh, saw something wrong with my desktop view. Interesting. Okay, be right back again. Sorry. She's just standing there, looking up at the sky. She like begged to go outside. I'm not even sure she went to the bathroom yet. She's doing her thing. I'm not gonna interrupt her. She's a spoiled little princess. She gets whatever the hell she wants. Only because she hates everybody except her family. But like, if you try and come in this house, she'll try and fucking kill you. She's just this little tiny thing. But when I came into my relationship and moved in with my girlfriend, this dog fucking loves me. I think she loves me more than her original family. So she quickly just got me wrapped around her finger, her paw. But yeah. So now I'm just sitting here on stream when I got shit to do. And I'm waiting on Scratch. I'm gonna get a camera for her so you guys can see how fucking dumb she is sometimes, but she's also amazing. Call it Scratch Cam. Just when she does her little belly scooches when she's excited. That's something everybody could take a stream break for and just watch the dog do that. It's kind of funny too, because I'm 42 years old and I didn't think I'd fall in love with a dog. And she's an asshole. She barks at everybody coming by the house, even little baby children. Fucking hates baby children for some reason. But yeah, loves me. That's all you need sometimes is somebody that loves you. I think I hear her scratching at the door, hence her name. So I'll be right back. Okay. Well, she's back in. The 10 seconds that it took me to hear her scratching and walk over to the door, and she starts whining because I'm taking too long to let her back in. But yeah, I got an ice cream too. So sorry, taking an ice cream break. You guys can blame Scratch for that though. And then she saw one of the cats on her way back in. Instead of coming back in to hang out with me like she always does, she's like, no, I'm going to go hang out with one of the cats right now. Loves the cats. Hates the outdoor cats, except the ones she knows really well. But hates everybody else. Very protective of her property. Okay. We were soldering a resistor. I almost forgot what I was doing. Okay. Would you decide to grace us with your presence again, Scratch? Oh, you asshole. She drank a bunch of water, and now she hates water. So when she's done drinking water, she loves to drink water, but when she's done, she has to come into my office and wipe her fucking face all over my backpacks or whatever else I have laying around. Stop it. Stop wiping your face on the couch. That's Scratch. She doesn't listen to me. She doesn't care. The other awesome thing she does is when you go up to say hi to her and she like jumps up on your lap and she's just happy to see you. And you're like, oh, hi, Scratch. And then she'll sneeze in your fucking face. Not once, but multiple times. That's just her way of saying hello. Sneeze. So yeah, my dog's an asshole. But we love her. Okay. There's going to be one challenging thing I haven't really quite gotten the hang of yet. This is the N64 controller port. I need to get wires soldered onto these ends here, which I can do, but when I try and apply heat to this, it melts the plastic really quick. So I'm like in a fight to heat this up and get the wire soldered on and not melt the plastic. If you guys were to do this, I recommend actually just getting a GameCube extension cable that already has the wire soldered onto it, and you would literally just, I've seen people just take it, put it in a vise, and they pop off the rest of the shield, and then out comes the wire. You just snip it, and then you got your 3 wires that you need. Real nice and easy. That's what I'd do differently if I was ordering these parts again. Okay. That was the Master System port. I am going to either do the Famicom or the N64 port next. Before we do that, though, let's get some more cleaning in. Try and keep our workspace clean as we go. Yeah, it leaves a little bit of a residue still, doesn't it? Scratch, go lay down. You're still wiping your face on the couch? You don't need to do it that much. Jesus. She looks at me like I have a problem. She's like, come on, man. I'm just trying to wipe my face off. What is the problem here? I need to practice with the, what do they call it? The sonic cleaner. I actually do have a small sonic cleaner. Enough to at least fit this board in here. The alcohol doesn't really do enough to clean up the board. It gets rid of the big chunks, but that's about it. I'm glad I'm cleaning these though. I just found a bridge. All right, that's good. Let's inspect it, see if we find more bridges on the other side. Nope. Okay. Looking good. Which one do we want to do next? I feel like I need to do the N64 one. That is not, is it? Nope, that doesn't fit. There we go. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do... No, I should be able to do the N64 one. I think it's just a Super Nintendo one. And only if it has an SA chip. If it has an SA chip, I may not be able to run the Super Nintendo ROM backups and stuff tonight. But I'm pretty sure I got everything else. Okay. Okay. One more side of that. See a bunch of solder that kind of pulled up at the end here. Oh, hey, Ace. Nice to see you again, man. Working on a open source cart reader tonight. Trying drag soldering. I think it's actually better results than normal, but I'm not great at it yet. Oh, let's get that cleaned up so I can see it better. Yeah, see, there's a couple bridges, but still, it's not bad. It's easily fixable, that's for sure. Okay. All right. How many more cartridge slots do we have? We got 4. It's time consuming. That's for sure. Well, I think Ace popped in, but I'm not sure if he stayed. Actually, I'm not sure. I should say they, because I'm not sure who Ace is, actually. I apologize. Okay. So, we got... Is that Famicom? Nope. Mega Drive. I don't even recognize all the ports yet. I think I'm missing a port. Where'd it go? Oh, no, I'm not. Good. What is this? This one's Famicom, right? Yes, it is. Might as well just put both those on there. And start going at them. I'm definitely going to get these back ports first on the Famicom. Those are not spaced out quite a bit from the, what's it called? The female pin headers here. Sorry, these are male pin headers. Yeesh. All right, let's apply some flux. I have the garage door open right now. And the cats know I don't like them in here because they're too nosy. They don't just hang out and chill. They gotta like get into everything. So Turnip, our all white cat, is just literally sitting outside the door looking at me the entire time like a big old creeper. And I'm not gonna invite him in because if you let him in, he'll just continue to not chill and try and climb into everything. I don't have time for that right now. Ooh. I just lost most of my flux. I'll have to figure out why that's happening. Okay. Turnip must have heard me and got offended because he walked away. Dude, he was sitting there for like, I think like half an hour to 40 minutes ever since I started the laundry. up again. Okay. Not enough solder. Good. I think that looks good. I'll do the other side here now. This flux, this flux is actually, it's a little bit harder to push out, but it is pretty nice to work with. Um, It's a lot easier to move stuff around in than the liquid flux that I've been using. I'll have to find out why, if there's any reason behind that, or if it's just kind of a matter of preference. I mean, I am spending more time dispensing the flux than I normally would, but it's okay. Except for the fact that I'm doing it on the wrong fucking pins. God damn it. Alright, excuse me. Had to have a screw up at some point tonight. Okay. Okay. Looks pretty good. One more row for that set. Cleaning up some obvious pins here. Okay. All right, excuse me 1 second. I got to swap over the laundry one more time tonight, hopefully. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. So, looks like I only got 2 more to go here. And then the GameCube controller port. And I'm going to clean up as I go. Yeah, this thing's going to need to get cleaned. I might be using a little bit too much flux, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm still learning. Let's see. These need to come off. I know that much for sure. Whoop, those just launched across the room. These pins aren't perfect. Hey, Spanky. Yeah, I'm struggling with the pins right now on this one. It's my first bad pins of the night. I have like 3 or 4 more of these to build, so I'll be doing a couple streams on this eventually. It's been helping me improve my soldering skills too. Oh, come on, where are you? Let me get a pick. Or a set of sharp tweezers. Come on, you bastard. Oh, you're almost in there. We're almost in there. It's just like one pin that's off like a couple millimeters, it feels like. There's another one. And a couple more. You got any tips on this one, Spanky? Yeah, I'm getting there. It's a good tip. Uh, too many pins to look at. This is the NES cartridge. That's 72 pins. Oh, come on. No. Come on, you motherfucker. It's not just me. You can see I got 4 other ones in there. Oh, smaller pins. I use a razor blade to align row by row. This size, you just gotta swear. Yeah. Swearing didn't work yet, but I'll try harder. Stubborn little bitch. Get in your hole. And I swear I test fitted this one before I started all this. And I know I got every single one of these in their holes before. Let's try and flip it around, see if that works. Well, everything on that side wants to go. There we go. All right, let's get some solder into that so it doesn't fall out. Well, I cursed 2 or 3 times. I think if I would have cursed more, I might have gotten it done quicker. So I think it just needs more cursing. Dude, here's the other thing I managed to do tonight. I don't know if you could see that, but there's flux on the wrong side of the tube. So that's great. First time using this flux. I like it though. I feel like this stuff's way better than the just pure liquid flux. It kind of just hangs around a lot longer. Yeah, I'm trying to learn drag soldering tonight. I just kind of watched some people do it, and I was like, that doesn't look too bad. I can probably handle that. Overall, my solder joints are looking a little bit better, but I still need some more practice on it. I had to slow it down a bit. I've just been kind of watching the solder like drag and then kind of get sucked into the hole a little bit better. I was going a little too fast at first. Oh yeah, surface mounted stuff, right? So far, the most damage I've done tonight is just have a couple of bridge pins, but that was pretty easy to fix. You streaming tonight, by the way. Last stream I saw was you getting the RAM on that original Xbox. That was really cool. Dude, I got a PlayStation 3 apart on my couch right now. I had to get a new first time taking one apart, but It looks like somebody tried to do an HDMI port on it before. They didn't do a terrible job on it, but it still wasn't working for some reason. I think the HDMI port was all janky, or they just didn't put enough solder on it. So I pulled the HDMI port off, and in the process, after the port was off, everything was okay with the board. But after the port was off, one of the legs came off the HDMI jack. So I was like, all right, I'll just buy a new one. They're only a couple bucks. Oh, there's a fat blob right there. I feel like the other side didn't get enough solder. But yeah, I'll definitely check out your PlayStation 3 stream tonight. Maybe it'll help me with my next project. All right, let's see how we did on this. It's always the first ground pin that looks like crap. It's usually fine after I reflow it, but that first ground pin always sucks. And then there's a ground pin over here that sucks too. Weird. Okay. Well, I got one more jack to do, and then I gotta figure out this GameCube port. I'm actually regretting not just buying an extension for this. I can solder the wires onto it, but I'm fighting the melting point of the plastic when I'm trying to solder the damn wires onto there. So I have like 2 or 3 more to do, which they're not getting done tonight, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order some extensions instead of just using the jacks. Although I haven't really tried turning down my iron. My iron usually sits at around 650 to 680 for this stuff. Might be a little too high, to be honest with you. What the hell did I do to this pin? There we go. Have you built one of these yet? Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I have the Game Boy cartridge ones myself. I bought them. I didn't end up building them. And those will still come in handy. My girlfriend ends up selling she sells all kinds of like collectibles and stuff like that. She's a cute little goth girl that loves like cute little Sylvanian Japanese dolls and all kinds of crazy enamel pins and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So she's got an online shop that she just started, and she's got a lot of success in it. But she's going to be going to, what do you call it, like foreclosures and garage sales and stuff like that. So she's going to end up keeping an eye out for me on old games and stuff that we can fix up. So I'll end up giving her one of those cart readers so that she can figure out if the Game Boy cartridges are real or not. Well, yeah, she watches every stream. She's my biggest fan. She'll kick people out for me too. She only kicks out the people that are spamming their own. Like, I'll get you 1,000 followers, you know? Like, nah, we don't need that. Yep. All right. That looks okay. Yeah, let's clean that up. I'm gonna try. I haven't thrown any electronics in the what the hell is it called? Sonic cleaner, and this one's such a mess with flux that I'm gonna try it for the first time. How much simple green do you put in your mixture of distilled water and simple green? You eyeball. Okay. Don't need an exact science then. Just more water than simple green, right? Alcohol and blow dry. Okay. I can do that. Just cleaning up a couple pins here. The other side looks pretty good, actually. Okay. Well, let me make sure that this thing's actually working. Oh. I'm going to pop myself in the face with this again, watch. Oh, that just went shooting across the room somewhere. Jesus. All right, so I have to trim some of these pins on the back. A little too close for comfort. Okay. Did you really? I don't even think I heard him. All right, that's just going to be this row right here. Well, Yeah, I got the Game Boy portion of this working the other night. I was pretty jacked on that. All right. A lot of pins to snip. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Whoops. Make sure we get it the right way, huh? Yeah, that's a lot better, actually. I was concerned if I would have pushed the cartridge in, that would have caused a bit of an issue. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me grab a couple games. We got a cheapy pile here. Rating on YouTube. No, you know what? I gotta be honest. I don't even know what that is. But it sounds important. I thought I did on Twitch, though. Eh, I'll take a look at it after the stream for sure. All right, what do we got here? Where's my battery? Here we go. Oh, man. Well, Ace is very nice for that. I'll definitely figure out how to fix that. All right, so We want to do 5 volts for now. Well, we got a screen, and that's good. So let me grab a Game Boy cartridge, because I know that one worked last time. We'll do some Space Invaders here. We'll go to Game Boy. We got this on manual voltage right now, so we definitely want to make sure we're not going to Game Boy Advance yet. We'll do Game Boy. There it goes. We see Space Invaders. And we can read the ROM. Cool. So Game Boy's still working. All right. So we got NES and Famicom. Let's try that. NES. Oop. It says searching database. Hey. Super Mario Bros. Well, this is Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. I don't think that's World, is it? I'll look into that. We'll try Super Mario Bros. For right now, though. And I think it's got to be doing more than that. Not found. Okay, let me try another NES cartridge here real quick. I actually picked up a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles today, so we're super stoked on that. There we go. Okay. NES, searching database. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very cool. Okay. I'm gonna pull this cartridge out here in a second, see if we actually save the ROMs to the SD card. But I want to get some more testing in. Let's try. Let's do Mega Drive Genesis. Not even sure if that's right. Hold on one second. It wouldn't go in the other way, but that doesn't mean it went in correct. Well, what's the worst that can happen? That game pissed me off as a kid anyways. So we see game cartridge. It did not like that. Let's try that again. It went in. I was just being too much of a bitch about it. Nice. Let's see. Read ROM. That is so cool. You guys are actually getting to watch me play with this for the first time. It is, man. This is just like I'm plugging games in and just backing up ROMs, reading the save files. Oh, this is so cool. All right. I mean, a Master System cartridge. Let's see, Mega Drive, game cartridge. Name, huh? I didn't. Internal checksum error. That one's not reading. Is it the cartridge? I don't have a Master System. I've never tested this cartridge before. I'm gonna have to check that one out in a second. Everything else has been working so far, though. All right, let's try Super Nintendo. Some NBA Jam. There we go, NBA Jam. And we'll read the ROM. I'm not sure, I don't think this is an SA1 chip, so this should work, because I don't have the SA1 chip emulator yet. Or, sorry, not SA1, CIC chip, something like that. Maybe it is. Invalid checksum. Okay. But that might just be because I need the CIC chip, which is coming. That's all right. So that leaves N64. And for that, I think all I needed was the clock chip, but I have that installed, so... Oops. Nope, that's not SNES. The other thing we got to do is change this to 3 volts. So, game cartridge. Wave Racer 64. And let's see if we can read an N64 cartridge. It's trying. Ooh. It reset. It's not powering back on yet. All right, let's unplug it. And set it back to 5 volts, turn it off. Yeah, my battery's still good. Okay. Tell you what, I don't know if this is an order of operations thing. Let's actually just turn it on at 3 volts. And let's try that one more time. Let's do the self-test, actually. In order to do that, we actually don't want a cartridge. This should test the 1K resistor, I think, among other things. Okay, all tests pass. Testing shorts between pins, testing short to ground. Dude, this thing's so impressive. All right, so we're still at 3 volts, which is good. Let's try this one more time. If it works or not, I'm okay with it. We're making progress on this thing. Nope, it crashed out. Okay, we'll figure that one out. I'm getting an N64 pretty soon too, so like some of these things I just got to test out if the cartridges are actually good or not. But yeah, let's turn this thing off first of all. Turn it back on just to make sure it turns back on. Yep. So Super Nintendo was iffy. We got Sega Genesis tonight. We got Game Boy. Oh, let's try Game Boy Advance. We're going to do one more cartridge. Game Boy Advance is a 3 volt cartridge, so I just want to make sure the 3 volt circuit is working. Okay. Throw in some Super Mario Advance. That is for sure on 3 volts. So we'll do Game Boy. Game Boy Advance. Super Mario Advance. And and ooh, nasty. It does not like anything on 3 volts right now for some reason. So I got some troubleshooting to do there, but that is okay. We got our 3-volt jumper in. All right, no worries. All right, let's have some fun with the ROMs that did save. So I'm gonna set that up on the computer, and we'll switch over to the actual desktop. All right, so we got Game Boy, ROMs, Space Invaders. There's the Space Invaders that I pulled today. Let's see, Master Drive, ROM, X-Men. There's that ROM file. Let's do the NES. Actually, let me see if I could just load these right from the let's see, NES. I have an NES emulator on here somewhere. File, open. Let's see. Where's my media folder? Not alphabetical? What the hell? Oh, it was run. Jesus. Can you believe I'm an IT technician? I can't even figure out how to get around my own damn computer sometimes. I am running Linux, but had to say it. Had to say it. Gotta let everybody know. Run. All right. Where's the media folder? Well, this is annoying. Okay. Let's try something else here. Open with Dystopia. There we go. All right. That's all corrupted, but I think, yeah, it is like that some days. It's like that more days than it should be for me, though. I remember the Super Mario Brother one did not come through as well as it should have. But cool, that's working at least. And did I have any other ones I wanted to check out? I don't think the SNES one worked. It did try to. I don't even know if I have a Super Nintendo. I don't. That's okay. I'll get one. All right. Well, I'm pretty stoked on the results for tonight. It's not perfect. But I am waiting on some more parts, so I got to figure out what's going on with the 3-volt circuit here. Is it because I'm missing a part, or is something messed up? Either way, I'll get that figured out. I don't see anything touching, so that's good. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do some troubleshooting. I'll poke around with a multimeter, see if any 3-volt rails just aren't getting 3 volts like they should be. But yeah, once I figure this out some more, I'm going to continue to do some more streams on it, and I'll probably end up doing an entire fresh build from the ground up once I figure that out. I also want to get the body for this 3D printed so that I actually have something to install it into. That way it's not just floating around on my desk here. But yeah, this thing's coming along nice. Spanky, I hope you end up making one, man. This is, I'm having a blast just putting this thing together. So, but yeah, yeah. I got some more projects coming up here pretty soon. I got a PlayStation 3 I got to try and fix. I got a Nintendo DS that I got to troubleshoot, like the old fat Nintendo DS. I got it. It had a ripped it had a ripped top screen ribbon cable. And on the DS, there's like a separate ribbon cable that goes from the top screen to the motherboard. I thought replacing that would fix it, but it didn't. So something else is knocked loose in it, which is fine. I got another DS coming from my parts guy, and I'll be able to use that DS to hopefully troubleshoot and see if it's like a busted screen or what else could be the problem at that point. Xbox Original. I got an Xbox Original laying around that has a hole through the IDE cable. I might screw around with that and just see if I can fix the IDE cable. But I also might mod that thing out. It looked really cool what you were doing, Spanky. I don't know if I'm going to do any RAM soldering yet, but I at least can get a mod chip in that thing and throw an SSD into it or something like that. And I got a bunch of controllers my guy wants me to fix. OGX. I was looking at Mod XO. I'm a huge fan of the Picos and the way that they load ROMs and stuff like that. So I was thinking about playing around with that one. But yeah, got a bunch of controllers I need to get fixed. Oh, gotcha. The original Xbox. I had one when they first came out. Dude, life has gone by in a blur. I don't even know what happened to half the consoles I had when I was a kid. I'm actually just trying to get them all back now, it feels like. So, but anyways, man, thanks for hanging out again. It's nice to talk to people when I'm doing this. And I'm going to get cleaned up here, and I'll check you out on your stream tonight. So anybody else who's tuning in, thank you. And I will see you guys on the next stream.